Hey guys, welcome to Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This is Jason Samkovic. Today we're going to talk about rain hats for a minute. I didn't realize that a lot of people don't wear them or don't pay much attention to them. And I was down in Georgia hunting down there, and Steve Angel of Traditional Outdoors was hunting with me for a day. And it was pouring rain. He saw my rain hat and was asking a little bit about it and made a comment. You probably did a video on this and I haven't seen it yet. I didn't, so I thought perfect time to do it. If you're hunting, a lot of people like to wear all kinds of different hats. I have my own opinions on stuff. Like hats like this, I like to wear when I'm scouting. I wear them for normal everyday stuff every once in a while. But when I'm hunting, I actually prefer to wear a boonie style kind of hat like this. I've been wearing this exact hat since 2005. I killed my first bear that you actually see. I think you can see it in the back of the video back there, but I wore this hat. I bought this hat for that hunt and been wearing it ever since. I have a couple different versions of it, same exact one though, but this is my go-to. I like it. These are great. These hats are good for normal stuff. I'm not a fan of them because when I draw my bow and I come back to shoot, I end up hitting that bill. That bill's too stiff. I'm not a fan of running them back this way or having to, if I'm getting ready to make a shot, to take that and to turn that hat around. So for me, these hats are fantastic for everything else but not for hunting. I don't care for them much for hunting, bow hunting especially. What I like about this style hat is I can shoot my bow, it doesn't get in the way, it doesn't bother nothing, and when I turn my head and stand, I don't have that bill of that going back and forth as I move my head. I don't have that effect of that bill being noticeable sticking out there. Not that it probably matters much. Main reason, I can't shoot with them on because I hit that bill. With this, I can shoot, draw, and shoot easy, and then if I don't want it on, it's real easy to just roll up and stuff right in the pocket. You're not going to hurt it. Hard to do that with these bill style hats. So for me, I like these kind of hats. So as far as hunting hats go, waterproof hats, I don't like wearing hoods. I don't care for them. I want to be able to hear. With a hood on, I cannot hear. And with the hood's on and it's locked down, when I turn my head, the hood stays and I'm stuck inside that hood and can't see nothing. And I'm not a fan of hoods. So I want waterproof hats. 20 years ago, this was a hat that I would wear. It was Gore-Tex lined on the inside. This is not, but it was Gore-Tex. And it worked pretty good. It was just a bucket style hat like I use. It kept your head completely dry because of being Gore-Tex in there. Water ran off. Worked good, but water still would run down the back of my collar and get into my stuff because it didn't have a very big brim on it. That was the downside. So you were still getting wet from water running off of this hat. Now with this one, what was nice is it was stiff enough I could flip it up like this, and then that water would then run forward and it would keep it off. But now I got this open space and rain would still get down there and start to bother me. So this lasted for a little while, and then I kind of moved on from there. Another style hat that's been out for a very long time that I actually, they're cheap, so I keep one in my pack. You see it's all wrinkled. I throw a pair of gloves in this and a neck warmer, and I fold this thing up, which you can see folds up to next to nothing. This is made by Frog Togs. I'll have a link for a couple of these down below for you so you can see. But this is like a $12 or $14 hat, and it is rock solid waterproof. This thing works incredible. It weighs nothing. It is kind of flimsy. I have one hole in this one right here from a campfire ember they got to it, and you can see it's kind of got a little bit of fuzziness to it because it's not super strong. It's like Frog Togs rain gear, same exact kind of material, but it is waterproof. And like I said, if it's not all wrinkled up, you put this on and it's a big enough brim that it usually keeps you pretty dry, keeps water out, and for those storms that I'm not expecting, or rain that just comes in and I'm not ready for, I can grab this out of my pack real easy, put it on my head and keep myself dry. Even with that burn hole that's in there from the fire, I still don't get any water in there. So I mean, for the I've had this now for probably 3 or 4 years, and for the 12 bucks or whatever they are, I'll put a link in there for you. They're a great lightweight hat. And I have a buddy, Barry, he went on an elk hunt this year, and he went out there and he bought one of these based on my recommendation and brought it with him out there, and he used it for 3 straight days and loved it. Said it kept his head perfectly dry, and it was a fantastic hat. So mine I've only used in a tree stand on a few freak storms, but it does 100% work and keep you waterproof. It is a great style little hat. Again, a boonie, so you can fold this thing up next to nothing, and it's just a fantastic little waterproof hat. Now, the other thing I've tried, which was very good to an extent, they don't even make this anymore, but this is by Rivers West, but it's a hat, short bill so you can shoot, and it's got that long tag on the back. So you can put this on, and then now that water, as you can see, is going to run right down there and not get into anything. Downside to this hat is that it's really noisy. Every time I move my head, I hear that noisier material rubbing on my clothes and on everything. So if I'm in stand and I hear a noise and I want to turn to hear it, all I'm hearing is myself. And you get kind of this echo effect in here, almost like you do a hood. So it was kind of a downside. Is it a good hat? Yes. Does it work? Yes. Was it expensive? Yes. Is it the value there for it? I'm not really sure. Not bad, but even right now, as I'm standing here, I can just constantly hear this thing rubbing on my shoulders and on my neck, and it drives me crazy. But it does keep you dry, so that was a nice feature to it. Fleece lined. It's a decent hat. Don't get me wrong, but not exactly what I wanted. It is adjustable too on there. A good hat. Like I said, they don't make this anymore, so that one's kind of not an option. But it led me to this. This is by far the best waterproof hat I've ever used. I've been using this hat for 3 years now. This thing is incredible. It's made by Outdoor Research. I will have a link for it down below. 100% Gore-Tex waterproof, including inside of the brim is waterproof. That's really nice. Now what's nice about this hat is that it's adjustable on the inside. It's got a Velcro adjustment, so if you want to wear it over top of a beanie hat in the cold, you can adjust this to make it do it. Or if you're not wearing one and you're just wearing it on your head, you can. But this hat goes on and it gives you so much space here to keep water from running on everything and getting you wet. And when you move your head, you don't hear anything. There's no noise to this hat whatsoever. It doesn't block your hearing. It doesn't block anything. And with these being completely waterproof, they don't sag on you and get down when they're soaking wet and heavy. So this hat holds its shape. I just wore this thing for 2.5 straight days in the rain in Georgia, every single minute there, hiking through the mountains and hunting hogs down there, and the hat's incredible. I've done that now with this thing probably 8 times in the last 2 years. I've worn this hat in torrential downpours, and every time I do, I'm just sitting there, and it's raining super hard, and I'm completely dry. Even my rain gear, my shoulder, my pack straps, all that stuff stays pretty dry because of this hat. So it's a really good hat. Now, with this, it is soft enough that for me, even with it like that, when I draw and shoot, I come back, this just curls a little bit and it doesn't affect me. It just pushes down a touch like that with my string and I can still shoot. Nice thing they did for you though is if that bothers you, you can just spin that hat like this and you can run that right up and catch that Velcro on there and lock it in that position. Or you can bend it up and have it stay right there if you want to. Now you can shoot all day long without it being an issue. You can bend it here if you want to. It's got enough rigidity to let you fix it or move it any way you want to. Or if it's not, you can just put them both up. You can do whatever you want to with it. Velcro on each side, and you can spin it any way you want it to be, so you can do whatever you want to with it. But it's an incredible hat that just does the job well. 100% waterproof, works. It's the best I have found yet. There are other hats similar to this out there that I've tried, and they're pretty good hats too as well. I carry one in my car as well. My wife has one in her car. They're just handy because you don't always have an umbrella with you. It's nice. You can just grab this right out of the glove box, throw it on, and keep yourself dry running in. But this particular one by Outdoor Research, best one I've found yet, and it is held up. This thing is super strong and durable. It has been through pickers and you name it, it has been through it, and it holds up just awesome and incredible. Like I said, I straight up love this. Is by far the best waterproof hat I've ever used. And like I said, he was asking about it, so I thought I'd do a video on it and show you. But it's worth considering. It's not expensive, but it's also not super cheap. But you buy it once, you'll use it the rest of your life, and you never worry about it. There will be a link down below in the description. It'll tell you everything about it. They come in a variety of colors. I picked this. This is the I think it's a Java and Mocha blend, or khaki and Java or something, but I like the color combination. But they got a bunch of variations. Flawless hat. I do believe, if I'm not mistaken, yes it does. It's got the 2 rings right here, 2 ears, and it comes with a strap, you know, with a rope and a thing, so you can cinch that down for windy days. I took that right off. I don't even leave it on there, but it does come with that where you can tighten it down if you want to. If you're hunting out of a boat or something like that, or real windy days where you're worried about it blowing off. But with that adjustment inside, I don't think you'll have any issue. You got Velcro adjustable slider right here that can really lock that down and make it work perfect. So there you go. Hope you enjoyed this. If you're looking for a waterproof hat and want to get away from that hood, this is a great way to go. Best one I've found yet. The Frog Togs one, this one here, excellent. Weighs next to nothing. Throw it in your pack and leave it, or use it anytime you want to. And it is a very cheap option, and it does a solid job. Little more flimsy. You know, not going to last quite as long, but like I said, especially for what I use it for, because I can throw a pair of gloves and a neck warmer and a pair of socks in this and roll it up, and because it's waterproof, it protects all of that in my pack. It's like a Ziploc baggie for it. I put a rubber band around them, throw them in the bottom of my pack. They stay dry regardless of what happens there. If water gets in there, they're still completely dry. And I have a rain hat with me. So it's a win-win for a cheap price. There'll be a link for this down there for you too. And then this outdoor research one, awesome. Best rain hat I've ever used in my life. Definitely worth checking out. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon. Talk to you later. Bye.